I am here with my buddy old pal, the Thor of Wolvers, Wolverthor. How you doing, my friend?
Good. Wonderful day. Love chatting with you as always. Like to be around each other.
So this is funny. We're doing a video and we were in Discord together and we're like, man, we were in a 2-hour long phone conversation. You and I are chatty Cathys, that's for sure. And we find ourselves on Discord talking. I was like, we should record this. We're having a discussion about alliances. And it's just funny that it evolved in this conversation. It was like, we should just record this. We should put it up on, and we made this on your channel as well, just to preface that, because we thought this is a super interesting conversation. So with Invasion coming out, we were under the impression by the way that the name of it, just intuitively, it felt like there's got to be like some alliance mode coming to the game. And through the name, through the description we had, that this was there's waves of difficulty 1 through 5, that here it is. Here's our alliance mode. Notes came out. You can play it 1 through 4. People can play in this mode. So we're like, well, that's not it. That's not what we were thinking it was going to be. And so we were like foiled again. So as much as we wanted an alliance only mode, we've asked for things like, I mean, just amongst ourselves, like, wouldn't it be cool if there was alliance versus alliance Omega War or whatever, just some alliance. And in my mind, I almost thought that this might be like Omega War, but PvE version, where stuff spawns into a isolated area in waves and you survive with your alliance. I kind of thought, well, maybe it's like that. I mean, at the end of the day, it was just us kind of guessing, but we have notes now and we're like, so that leaves us thinking, well, at this point in the game, like, what's an alliance for? Because Dark Zone was the only thing we kind of had that felt like it was purposely meant to, like, alliances do things together in here and you defend your area or whatever. And now they through player feedback, they have come up with, we have the PvE only channels. And that's also taken away from what we thought was the identity of Dark Zone to now. We have people in our alliance that used to make their mark, have the title, the Sentinel of Boundaries title for being #1 in Dark Zone that they got in PvP, that we now see going into PvE because of the way scoring is. It's not last hit, it's damage. So people are going into those PvE channels because with the help of other players, they can still run up a high score and get the best points that way. So then, again, you don't need an alliance really for, like, we were talking about this off camera. The alliance, the Dark Zone identity is kind of weird now, where I'm not even sure. I mean, you and I are going to go in there as normal tonight and play in there, but Invasion's not it. Dark Zone's not it. What are the reasons that we have alliance other than the shops? They have the alliance shop where you can buy some neat things. You got the stats. There's stats that you get. The more that you level your alliance up, you get these incremental little changes. And to preface that too, I'm our alliance leader again, and I added Defense Pierce as our next upgrade. Actually didn't show up in the stats. So I don't know if anyone else has noticed this. I was 29.9 Defense Pierce. Previous to that, bought that Defense Pierce, and it did not move. Just putting that on people's radars. So not even sure that's working. And other than that, you have maybe some quick cues into content, like you can put together, maybe you can run Spec Ops or a Mega War with a pre-designed raids. So other than making it a little bit easier to run game modes with specific players that you play with every day, I feel like this ultimately comes down to the social bonds you have with people in game. Do you feel like that's more where it's leaning into? There are people in other alliances that I play with quite a bit, but it does feel like more commonly the people that I queue with on purpose into a lot of these game modes that are group oriented are alliance mates.
Yeah.
So what this boils down to, I think, is that one of the more fun and intuitive aspects of this game is that it's social. It's when was the last time you played a game that's this social, Wolvie?
I mean, it had to be World of Warcraft, which, I mean, I stopped playing shortly after my wife and I dated for a bit. You know, she thought I was dating other women. I was raiding twice a week. You know, she's like, why is this guy not calling me anymore? And I was like, oh. And eventually she realized it was just because I was playing with my World of Warcraft friends every, you know, Wednesday, Thursday, whatever it was. And yeah, I mean, I'd have to say it was World of Warcraft. I mean, all the other games, League of Legends, you just basically queue solo. There's certainly other games that you can be socially with, but anything that I've ever played, whether it was, you know, a Call of Duty type or something like along those lines, it was never near World of Warcraft, and this is kind of the first one that is. Even Marvel Strike Force, which we both play, and I've got alliances that I really love my alliance. It's one of the main reasons I play. I love the community, but I'm not hanging out in voice chats for hours and hours.
No, there's not really.
Night.
There's no reason to do it. So you and I both. You still play. I did play Marvel Strike Force. We met each other there, and it wasn't until this game that our friendship came. Like it evolved to where you and I are like best buddies, and we don't live near each other. That's not on the scale with you and I, but that's kind of a thing that's developed with everyone we play with, not only our alliance, but we talk to a lot of people outside of our alliance as well. You were even saying you engaged in world chat and things like that with people that you don't play with in our alliance as well. The world chat is also something that we've discussed. We engage with people in world chat in this game. Marvel Strike Force, we do not. It's no. Yeah, we don't really talk. I never did. I don't think I've ever said one thing. Played that game for like a year and a half. Never talked in world chat one time. And in this daily basis, I talk in world chat daily basis. And I feel like I know those people. I say things. I get up when I get up in the morning and I log into the game. Oftentimes I say good morning MFR in world chat.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. Or I just talk to. I actually feel like I have a lot of friendship bonds that I haven't had. I haven't felt something like this in a game socially since, for me, you said World of Warcraft. For me, it was EverQuest. We've even talked about, let's say you're in, because there is a toxic element that comes with world chat. What about if there's a button you could check where it defaulted towards alliance chat? There's a lot of pros there as well to why maybe the social side of this game could be leaned into more. I think that they've got something here with that where we've seen some attrition lately with the game. Where if this social side was doubled down on even more, maybe we would even see people that maybe in the moment are frustrated with the game, but would have even more reason to hang out and see it through because of all the friendships they've made here.
Yeah,
do you know what I'm saying?
I agree with that. Yeah, and I like that concept that you just threw out there. That was about the default or the option to click and go to, you know, whether it's alliance chat or world chat or, you know, any chat, you know, that you so choose. Maybe it's party chat, you know, but to be able to pull something like that up and have it there, I think you're right. It would be nice. And, you know, you mentioned on the video that was up on my channel that, you know, when you try to queue for Omega War, you know, and sometimes needing to chat offline in Discord and making sure you don't, you know, queue up against a bunch of alliance mates, or you want to coordinate with your alliance mates, whatever that might be, you know, being able to have that chat the alliance chat be used a bit more in game would help with stuff like that. And I think that would be, you know, something that I'd like to see socially in the game. And I like your idea there where, you know, if you could check a box or something, that it would be, you know, awesome in my mind.
Yeah, I think every game that I've played, every MMO, guild chat was the default. So this is, I think, a little bit of an oversight that it isn't. However, world chat has grown on me, even though there is a lot of people that world chat can be highly toxic. I do engage in there. There's some really good conversations that come out of World Chat as well. And also, to double down on this, I do think this is also an oversight. It's funny I'm saying this because I'm an old man, I'm a grown up, but I think the game would highly benefit from emotes. It's another social dynamic that the game could I have dimensional duels where I'll queue up against people that I'm friends with often, and we will, because for lack of another way to do it, we run around in circles in front of each other. We don't attack. How often are you standing AFK-ish in headquarters, someone comes over and they run circles around you?
Thousands. I was just going to say this. That's exactly what we do. We run circles around each other.
Run circles around each other.
Or just like go back and forth like we're like, just these excited little electrical balls. And yeah, like you're saying, like a little dance emote or a wave emote or a smile emote or whatever.
Yeah.
I think that would shoot. And I bet some people, you could even monetize some of that in that marble. You know what I mean? Like, maybe Fortnite makes a fortune off of stuff like that. Well,
right now, a lot of the complaints is, so I expressed a whole bunch of ideas that I had to change game modes, and I'll double down on, I think, maybe they weren't ideas where I figured out every specific detail, but the fear from some of the community that was about that this may be free or cheap to play was that all of my ideas had something to do with making the gap between free to play and people that spend money make the gap bigger, which it isn't. It's just putting tiers into the game, for instance, would maybe take away from some of the feelings people have for having to queue up against. So let's say if you're in Platinum 1 and you're queuing against somebody in an Avenger mode, and because the power disparage, some people are upset about that. Or a Mega Wars where the matchmaking feels. If there were tiers, you could do that and lean into your idea where maybe some of the reward system was new emojis, were things like that, where like you said, Fortnite makes a killing off stuff like that. If this game had it to where maybe some of the things you unlock aren't for incremental power gap increases, but for emojis, more social things, maybe there's special things that you can unlock. I'm sure some of these games like Fortnite that has where it's you pay for all kinds of things like that, different entrances or ways that you fly in, the helicarrier, when you drop into a new zone, maybe it's something else. Maybe it doesn't have to be about getting a few extra crystals, which I'd also argue, I've come in, when I got the Dark Zone title with the Sentinel of Boundaries, I got to open 14 Dark Zone boxes. No improvements in any of those. This game's so highly RNG. Even the idea that coming in first place is going to get you leaps and bounds over everyone else. It's so wildly RNG. Maybe leaning into some of the social stuff would really work wonders for this game. For what I think is something that I haven't seen in quite some time, was that there's this really awesome social dynamic that I've felt like that makes me want to stick around, just because I talk to these people every day, and I've grown fond of to a lot of them, and I hope they stay. And I think that if they double down on this social aspect with alliances, it'll roll outside of the into, like World Chat, the people that you talk to outside of your alliance, maybe then there'd be more of a reason to increase the alliance cap so you can add even more people in. Like I said, I don't have all, these are just suggestions. I don't know if that's good or bad or otherwise, but I think that they have something special here. It starts with alliances, and then it goes into, because right now I'm fine with not making, with the fact that being in an alliance isn't this astronomically huge game-breaking thing. However, if it later on helps in a game mode, because there is an alliance on alliance game modes or alliance versus PvE game modes, excellent. But wow, would this game super benefit from something that I think is working for them right now. And for us, that the game's going through this transition, where now some people are leaving the game, and I think a lot of people are staying for friendships. We had a line at the door for people that wanted in our alliance. There's a lot of people leaving, and we're going to open up that door to people. You most recently are stepping in into another leadership. You have a leadership position in MSF, and now you're going to be helping me with leadership stuff here in Marvel Future Revolution. What kind of people would you like to see in our alliance if they were to join us?
For me, I mean, I'm looking for those sort of people who are like fun, just, looking to have a good time, generally good personas, and also looking to, play that end game content. You know what I mean? And you don't have to be the strongest player. And I mean, or spend money per se, but you've got to be a good player. You pay attention to what's going on. You're trying to learn the game mode. If you're struggling at first, it's like, hey, I need to figure out this particular boss fight. I don't understand what I'm doing here. Okay, that's fine. Let's walk, Billy Bob through, the stages of this fight. And that way, and all of a sudden Billy Bob's the highest DPS of the group. You know what I mean? But they just didn't understand the fight at first. So, those are probably the biggest things, those two things, mainly, but honestly, mainly just somebody who's looking to have fun and enjoy the game and, generally a good person to be around, and chat, or someone I want to, have a conversation with on Discord if we're just while I'm running blitzes or I'm leveling a tune. It's like, oh, so what's up, person? Let's chat.
So kind of like more of what is developed between you and I and some of our alliance mates, just more of that. Yeah. And do you think it's important that they have an affinity for baseball caps?
Absolutely, 100%. They need to be some sort of person who's willing to wear a hat for sure. If not, don't even waste your time applying.
Right. Yeah. I would love to see more awesome people. The whole reason why I've doubled down on this game and why I love it so much is I've been waiting for this community, this kind of game where there's the potential for community. I've even you do have the toxic troll people that do find their way into the game, and I've even tried to engage those people in the comments to see if I can get them to hey, maybe I've actually made a lot of friends from that, ironically, where I've said, hey, if you got this viewpoint, not that that's the way I want to make friends, but I feel like there's some people can appreciate that. You know what I mean? There's it's not just about playing this game and being right or wrong, or we have an opposing perspective on something. That at the end of the day, this is about people that want to have fun playing the same game. And I think that's what that boils down to. And if any of you guys do want to join X-Force and you're on the Omega Flight server, in my Discord, there is an application section under X-Force. And if you fall under the I'm funny, and like to F things up, we're on an F theme, in game, then you're more than welcome to apply. I think we're kind of figuring out how we're going to go from here to who we bring in, and we do want to be we do want to lean into more awesome people. So if your sales pitch when you join us is just like, hey, I'm super fun and funny, I think we'd be inclined to love to see you come join us over in X-Force. And Wolvie, anything to add? Where can they find you? All that jazz.
I mean, yeah. So one thing before I mean, you can find me on the internet, Wolverthor, YouTube primarily. My Twitch is Wolverthor Official. I think I screwed up my email on my original one. I could just never figure it out. So anyway, that's why I'm official on Twitch. But one of the things I did want to mention that was a topic earlier too is, and I want to double down on this, is that emote concept you have. I also would be awesome if they had some like extreme, because they don't have mounts in this game. And I know there's a big thing in World of Warcraft is these exclusive or rare things. If they found a way to put rare things like that, and it'd probably be costumes in this game. And I know that their costumes you typically have power, but wouldn't it be awesome if there was some epic, maybe it was the Hulkbuster armor for you. You know what I mean? And the way to get the Hulkbuster armor, it doesn't do anything for your stats. But if you're, I don't know, something that's hard or it's rare to get, doesn't cost any money. Yeah. And you're like, oh, okay, I want that, and there's only a handful of players in the game on all servers all over the place that can get it. And it's hard to do. I think that would be something that would be really cool. So anyway, I wanted to throw that out there before I forgot about it. But I liked your concept there. And yeah, as far as X-Force, yeah, you're cool, fun, chill. You're looking to push end game stuff. Go to Half Sense. I'm sure I'll have it, the Discord link in the description below. Go check it out and just tell us what you're looking to do and that you're a fun-loving person, but we will hold you to it. So you've got to tell a joke or something when you come in. So no pressure.
Yeah. All right, brother. Always fun. I think you and I, we're going to double down on everything that you and I do together. I'd love to see. You and I are so chatty, and we've grown on each other so much, man. I would love to have a podcast where you and I have guests and other things. Just the more and more you and I become friends, the more I want to do stuff with you. And I think we got something special here where you and I are going to continue to double down on the game. We're not going anywhere. And we would love to see this community grow into something awesome and just have like more like-minded people join us, do things, talk the game. And you and I are also too numbers people. We can get you can get caught up in spreadsheets real easy and start breaking out. I've got the Damage Lab series. I love learning the game, figuring things out, tweaking things, optimizing. I think this is we have the same type of brands, and I would love to do. I think the sum of our parts is something bigger, and I'd love to do more stuff like this with you in the future. So, as always, love your face, man, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Okay, bye.